Before we get into today's episode of Daily Brightness, we just want to say a huge thank you to Shaw for helping bring our podcast to life.
Obviously, this is something that we've wanted to do for a while. Teaming up with Goalhanger was an absolute no-brainer for us. But I think it's more just probably to get our points out there.
I think like before, Rach, it's about bringing Daily Brightness to life. And I think when we first invented it, if you like, it was all about communicating with each other, having that safe space to kind of be a little bit vulnerable and just showing our raw, authentic selves. And I think for us, the podcast is that. And that's why I think we're extremely grateful for Shaw to give us that opportunity and kind of bringing it to life and allowing us to now, you know, have it on a wider spectrum and connecting with the fans again. But also some of the things in the women's game that really need to be better and the problems and boundaries that we still face. And I think as players, current players as well, we can really touch on that and, you know, hopefully bring a little bit of attention. But ultimately it's just about sharing who we are as people. And yeah, like I said, we're really, really grateful that Shaw have given us this opportunity and supported us since day one.
Obviously, it's been amazing that Shaw have backed us from the start and all the way through this now. But exciting to have them be alongside us for this exciting summer of football. And they'll be with us every step of the way. So we're grateful for them to be alongside us sharing this journey as well. So thanks again to Shaw and thank you all for tuning in.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Rest is Football Daily Brightness. This is one of our favourite ones. It's a Q&A episode and we've got some amazing questions for you all. Rach, good to see you again.
Good to see you. But I think before we go into the Q&A and make it a little bit more lighthearted, I think we do need to probably touch on the news that you revealed today that you are out of selection for the Euros. I think that's obviously, again, I spend my days praising how proud I am of you. But again, another one that I'm super proud of. But do you want to touch on that a little bit just to give the listeners a bit more context?
Yeah, obviously a really, really big and tough decision. We all have to make big decisions at some point in our lives, you know, not just our careers. And for me at this moment in time, yeah, I just don't feel 100% mentally or physically in a position to go on and compete in a tournament. And listen, I think with the Lionesses and the squad, they have an unbelievable pool of players to choose from. And I think we both know how much it takes to be at a tournament and to, you know, the things that you have to tolerate mentally, physically, the demands of it are incredibly high. And I would see it as a little bit selfish to take up an opportunity in a position from somebody else when, you know, I'm not 100% there. So yeah, it definitely weren't an easy decision and one that I'd taken lightly. It was something that I'd spoken about with friends, family, you know, the people around me, and, you know, I gave it a lot of thought, but ultimately I thought this was the best decision for the team, but also for myself, and using this summer to really just zone into, yeah, mentally, physically, getting myself back in tip-top condition and just happy again, I think, all around, just feeling like myself. So yeah, it's obviously hard, but I'm going to be the girls' number one supporter and I know they're going to go on and smash it.
Well, again, I'm proud of you for doing that. It's not an easy thing. I know you would not have taken that lightly at all. Well, I mean, I know firsthand because I've been there with you through it. But proud of you again. And yeah, the demands in a tournament for people that aren't aware of that is something that you can't really explain to anyone else unless you've been there. I think mentally it's harder than it is physically, regardless of what tournament it is, where you're at, and being away from your loved ones, your family and friends for that long when you're not 100% mentally prepared to sacrifice everything, it's difficult. So it's a really, I've said it today on Instagram, brave, bold and courageous decision, and I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, bestie. But anyway, less of me because I hate that. You know that. We're moving on to the light-hearted stuff, the fun stuff.
Let's get the Q&A.
Let's get the questions.
Right, Millie, first question is from Claire, and she said, who will be your first real life...
Sorry, everybody, I'm wetting myself because we were about to start the first question and Rachel, as she does, heard a noise and it was the ice cream man and she wanted an ice cream, but we then decided it wasn't very appropriate for her to be sat licking an ice cream on the pod. So I was imagining Rachel sat there while we're trying to do the questions.
With a Mr. Whippy.
Yes.
Right,
that's where our brains
go. Who will be your first real life guest on the podcast, and will they be a teammate, friend or celebrity? You hit us up with this one because I think I know what you're going to say.
Are we giving it away?
Well, it's unconfirmed, but it's what we would like to happen.
And also the people that are coming on have no idea and they don't actually get a say, which is quite funny. So I kind of want them to be listening, which I know they're going to be. And then they're going to be like, we're not doing that. Take one wild guess, everybody. Just have 3 seconds to guess now and then see if you get it right. 3, 2, 1. Our mothers.
Our mums.
They're coming on the pod. It's going to be chaotic and
they're both going to be sat here listening and go, no, we're not going on pod.
I'm not going on pod. You must be joking, Millie.
Well, Lulu and Nick, you're coming on.
You're coming up pod, so... And don't be trying to act like something you're not. Just be your authentic selves, please.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're having our mums on. We think it's just the perfect start to, you know, having guest appearances. And honestly, them two together are just hilarious, aren't they, Rach?
I'm not telling my mum, though. Don't tell your mum, because when they listen to this tomorrow morning, they're going to be like,
You got something to tell us?
We can't wait.
They'll be taking over the podcast. People will want them more than us.
I don't know.
Anyway, we've got Sean from Leeds, and I'm going to read it exactly how she's wrote it down because she's northern like us. Hey up! Have either of you ever done the Otley run in Leeds? If yes, did you dress in costume? Now, I don't actually know what the Otley run is, so...
I can't believe that. It's historic.
Sorry.
Basically, right, Mill, you'd absolutely love it. It's a pub crawl around Leeds, and you just get absolutely trolleyed all day long, and you dress up in costumes.
So when we're doing it then?
But I've never done it, but I've always wanted to do it, but it's always crossed over something where I've never been able to do it. Also, we would probably get highly judged doing something like that, but when are we doing it? When's the next Otley run?
All right, we'll find out when the next run is. Me and Rach are doing the Otley run. What are you going to be wearing? What are we going as?
I think Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, I could be Bowser though, easy.
All right then. I'll be Yoshi then.
Perfect. Yoshi! What does Bowser do?
All I could think about was then. All I've got in my head then, and it's not Bowser, but remember we done that TikTok with Beth and Ellen, and he was like, bam, bam. My name is Chucky, or something like that.
What was it?
My name is La La, La La,
La La, La La.
But you know, my name is Boom Boom.
And I kept doing this.
We need to get that to resurface. So it must be still on our TikToks. Oh my God, that was so funny.
I found it.
My name is Chicky.
Chicky.
Cha, cha.
Yeah, we need to get that back on.
Where's mine? Come on.
Ages yet. Now. Oh, it's funny. Right, this is actually a good question. It's quite relative to the current situation. Is mental wellbeing something you can openly talk about in the dressing room / amongst teammates? Do you feel like there is change in how mental wellbeing is being approached by clubs and country over the last couple of years?
That is a really, really good question. And you know what? When people ask these sorts of questions, it really makes you think about, like, you've just asked that and I'm like, oh, I don't actually know. And you know what? I'd say players are really good at checking in on each other, but I'd still say when you're in that environment, like when you're going to training, you're in like training mode. So I don't think, and I can only speak from my experience, but when I go into club, like obviously I've got my, like everyone's really close, but then you've got like your little, you know, your mates that you always go to every day. And we would always make sure, we always say, you want a coffee? And that'd be our time to check in. But other than that, I'd say in the changing room, it's actually hard to have those sorts of conversations when you're at training. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like it's not something that you just like openly discuss. I mean, you might show your closest friends, but I do think clubs, I don't know, I'm sure Chelsea's the same, but I think at Villa, like I think we're really well supported in terms of if you need help or anything like that. I think they've done a really good job of having safeguarding people, and like we've just obviously got a player support in who that kind of covers both sort of roles. And I think that before having a wellbeing person or a safeguarding person, I don't actually remember what it was like, but I think every club should have one because it's important to be able to speak to somebody that also isn't directly related to football, like, you know, like your teammates. It's not as easy to speak to your teammates sometimes, is it? But I do think they are open to listen and have that conversations. But I think like safeguarding meetings and, you know, stuff like that are quite helpful. So I think it has got better. I think there's a lot of work that probably does need to be done as well.
Because also, as a player, you don't want to speak to someone. I don't want to speak to someone if I think that's going to get back to the manager, because I would certainly panic and be like, oh God, if my manager thinks I'm like not in a good place, then I'm not going to play, or they think I'm not capable, or like I also think as a person, you remove yourself from a work environment, you're more likely to like open up. But I've always got therapy outside of training. Like I've never done it through training. I've always like done it personally and like in a private setting. That's just my personal preference. I don't think I would ever go at club. I don't know. When I go there, I feel like I get into like my role.
It's just for everyone's different, aren't they? But I think it has got a lot better over the years in terms of giving you that space to be able to speak and have somebody to talk to if you need to speak to them. Good question.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, really good question. Are you okay, bestie? Do you need a
I've
drink?
got something rattling in my ear and I've got something in my throat.
Right, guys, as you can hear, Rach has got a frog in her throat and it's Freddie from abroad. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back soon for more questions.
Welcome back, guys. The frog has disappeared from my throat. I am back in ready for action. Millie, hit me.
Oh, favourite type of crisps?
Oh, that is a question.
That might be one of the best questions because we love crisps.
There aren't many that I dislike, I'll be honest. But I think it depends on my mood, right? So I'm all for anything that's just full of flavour. So salt and vinegar squares, oh my God. Burn my tongue.
Banging.
Burn my tongue.
Rachel, what are the ones from Marks and Spencer's? Marks and Spencer's, Twizzlers, salt and vinegar.
We used to get packs and packs of them. But anything that like burns my tongue, give it to me.
All right, let's do
flavour.
Top two, because I've got two. The Twizzlers, Marks and Spencer's Twizzlers, salt and vinegar, and cheesy What's-Its. Oh, dream.
They are nice, but I can't bear the dust on my fingers.
I knew you'd say. Just another one of Rachel's things for anyone listening. She can't stand noises. She can't stand people crunching. And she can't stand like dust on her fingers when she.
I think it's just sensory overload for me. But
hey, surely there's got to be something that you can eat crisps with if you like.
Well, like a litter picker. I'd get well pissed off. I'd lose it in the bag.
Yeah.
Right, mine I'm going to have to go like strong flavour, like discos or squares, salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
And then, see, this is where I'm stuck because it's all about the mood that I'm in. So I'm just going to go with this one because...
Go with what you're in right now.
Chili heatwave Doritos with sour cream dip.
Nice. I couldn't do chili heatwave because my mouth would be on fire, but I rate the dip and I rate Doritos.
You can have cool original.
Oh, I can do tangy.
Tangy cheese.
Tangy cheese.
Right, this question is... So that last question was one that we would like, right? This one is evil.
Evil.
Like, I'm fuming at this question. Would you rather lose your sight or your memories? That's horrible.
Well, we've only got ourselves to blame because we did ask the fans to send in would you rathers.
Yeah, but maybe not that nasty.
This is nasty. This is what you want from a would you rather, right? You want to sit here and be like,
ponder
holy shit, which one do I pick? If I pick that, I'm cancelled. If I pick that, nasty. I'm going to have to go memories because I just need my eyesight.
See, I can't lose my memories. Because if I lost my memories, I'd have nothing left of my dad.
Oh, now I feel like a real shitty person.
No, it's fine. We're different. But it's so hard because then I can never create any more memories that I can see.
That's what I was just going to say. Then at least if I remove my memories, I've still got my eyesight where I can see things and picture things again.
I can't predict what's going to happen in the future, so what's the point in worrying about seeing them? But my memories are already there. I've already made them.
Who asked that question?
Els, we're coming for you.
Nasty girl. Yeah, I'm going to stick with it though. I'd rather lose my memories.
Okay, I'd rather lose my sight. Best food after a night out?
Best food after a night out? I'm a sucker for having a Domino's, you know, and I don't care what time it is.
You love Domino's, don't you?
Could be 10 a.m, 11 a.m. And I'd just have a plain margarita pizza, please. Oh.
I love an Indian. So me, Sarah, our friend Ryan, there's an Indian in where I'm from called Jalali.
Can you just explain, is this on the night out or is this the day after? when you're hanging.
It's not a night out food though. Like I wouldn't go, if I was going out till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going to go get an Indian. I would get pizza. But if I was going out like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and go out all day and I'm ending my night, we're going to Indian.
All right.
Oh, keeping you up, are we?
Sorry, darling, it's been a bit of a hectic week.
The next day, it depends what it depends what state I'm in, I suppose.
Yeah, see, I just know Domino's is safe.
Sometimes I can't eat for a while. I actually usually typically can't get my head off the pillow because it feels like a bowling ball.
If you were to spend the day together, what would you do?
I don't think we've had a day together for a long time where we've not had to do things.
Do you know what? I just had a flashback though. When you came over to mine and we were
Playing on Just Dance.
and I've got a video. I've still got the video of us doing Calypso.
Don't you dare put that anywhere.
I am. You better
Yeah,
wait.
we'd probably either go do something crazy. I reckon we'd probably end up getting a tattoo or something.
Take the dogs maybe.
Take the dogs for a nice walk, go for a coffee, go for a pub lunch. We'd do pub lunch, wouldn't we?
We do like pub lunch and a little Guinness. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
We did that last time actually. We didn't have a day together, but we had an evening together.
Pub dinner it was, wasn't it?
As long as we're together, we don't care what we do.
As long as we're in each other's company.
That's all that matters.
Right, next question. What cars do you have? Is it your dream car? If not, what is?
Me and Rach love cars. I am obsessed with cars. I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie. I've always liked cars, thanks to my dad. Cheers, Dad. I've got a black BMW X6. I like being up high. I don't like being like low to the ground.
I have a Tesla Y. It's wraps.
They make me feel a bit sick though, bestie. I'm not going to lie. When they go...
No, but see, this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me, right? I got in a Tesla and I was like, can't do it, feel sick. You know what we're like. By the way,
Yeah.
for anyone listening, me and Millie both get ridiculously car sick when we're not driving.
Ridiculously car sick.
And I was a passenger in the Tesla, in my brother's Tesla, and I was like, I feel sick. I can't, yeah, you're going to have to slow down. Like, I can't. And he wasn't even going fast. But it's the way you drive it. Like, I've been in a Tesla taxi and I'm like, ugh. Oh, literally,
Yeah,
I'm
can't
going to
stand
vomit.
it.
No, but it's not like that. Get in my car, bestie. I'll show you. It's not like that.
So basically all the taxi drivers are shit.
Yeah. But I absolutely love my car. Like,
What's your
I
dream
love it.
car? I do feel like mine is a bit of like, I'm very satisfied with my car and I won't ever drive anything else. But if I could pick any car and click my fingers, I'd have a Rolls Royce. Oh,
Nice.
unbelievable. Big, fat, chunky motor. Lovely.
I think my dream car is a Land Rover Defender.
Yeah, you've always said that, to be fair.
I absolutely love them. But I'm very content with my Tesla. I think it was the hardest thing initially going, because I had my BMW, going from that to electric.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, I don't know how I would go back to petrol and diesel and stuff like that now. I love it.
Oh, I love being high up. I love like, do you know what I love hearing as well? Cars roar.
Yeah, well, you don't get that in an electric car. It's silent.
Yeah, it's a bit dangerous for me, that, because I need to hear it. Like, I want to hear that engine.
Yeah.
I'm getting all giddy now. I feel like I need to go and razz it around somewhere. Right. What makes the best full English breakfast?
Right. Bacon,
Sausage,
beans,
hash brown.
yeah. Fried eggs.
Got to have fried egg. If you're having a proper full English, it's a fried egg. Some people have scrambled and poached, but it's fake. It's not.
No,
it's not.
If you're gonna go fattening, you might as well go all out.
Do you have tomatoes?
Absolutely hate warm tomatoes.
Oh, I'd have tomatoes on mine. What sauce you having? I'd have brown sauce on my beans.
Yeah, brown.
Okay, good. And then toast.
Toast. But I like what else would I?
Ugh, absolutely no black pudding. Thank
That
you.
is disgusted.
You can keep that for the bin.
Not for me. That's not in my dream fry up. Good question though.
Yeah.
Right, Millie. Would you rather name your kid after me or get a tattoo of my face?
Do you know what? I'd happily do both.
Aw.
It's not even a would you rather. I'd have your face plastered on my arse cheek.
Oh, it's been full of shit, you, haven't you?
Just wiping a bit of shit off. There she goes. I would. I'd happily get your. I'd happily get your face tattooed somewhere, but I would happily name my child after you as well.
Well, I already have ideas of what I would call my child, and Millie's not one of them. So I'll get your face tattooed on me. It could be the middle name.
Yeah, true.
Rachel's not a great name. You wouldn't want to call your kid Rachel. Thanks a lot, Rachel.
Thanks to you, what's she say again?
Thanks a lot, Rachel. Thanks to you, my iPhone won't charge because it got used to your charger instead of mine. It's not charging my iPad and it's all your fault.
Oh, fault. I swear we did a TikTok with that as well.
Yeah, I think we did.
No, I like your name.
Oh, that's
Rachel's
cute.
good name.
I don't dislike your name. It just wasn't on my list.
You know what's coming next though, don't you? The fans are going to want to see the tattoo.
Yeah, get it done.
Do you know what we could get? We could get a really cool, like the fine line tattoos. We could get someone to draw our faces just like the lining.
Oh, like on the side?
We could merge them together and it's actually our face shape.
All right, I'll do that. Right, last question, yeah. I'm going to let you answer this one because I'm going to ask it because I want you to answer it. Have you ever found yourselves in trouble together?
I just imagine that creepy music coming on then when I'm giving the side eye. Yes, abso-freaking-lutely. Me and Rach are always... Do you know what? With those two people where you're in a situation and you shouldn't laugh, but you laugh, that's us.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
And one thing that definitely springs to mind.
I know what you're going to say.
Millie was extremely drunk. Rachel was extremely drunk, but Millie was,
intoxicated.
Everything was resurfacing. We just won the Euros, so get off my case if you're coming for me. I'd do it all over again, no regrets. And we were heading home after becoming European Championships, absolutely sloshed.
Becoming European Championships?
Champions! Sorry, it's been a long day.
Oh,
becoming European champions. And we were in this taxi and I was like, oh, Rachel, I don't feel good. It's going to happen. And obviously you're not allowed to be sick in the cars. So she said, excuse me, mate, can we just pop the window down? So he puts the window down. So I stick my head out just in case. And then
he slammed his brakes on.
Freaking heck. I nearly went through the front of the seat. I nearly broke my neck. And my head's still out the window. Could have chopped my head off. So he then kicks us out. And Rachel was like, from what I can remember, so please help me out, Rach. He was like, get out, get out. We're literally on the main roundabout. Get out, get out.
In the middle of London, by the way.
In the middle of London. So Rachel was like, she hasn't been sick. I'd not even been sick. I just felt sick. So we get out anyway. Rachel's still complaining because he's just dropped us off in the middle of nowhere and we're on the main roundabout. And she just got her new trainers. What trainers were they, Rach?
Balenciagas.
Brand new, off-whites, really, really nice, fresh, clean trainers. And I'm then at this point holding on to lampposts, throwing up, and Rachel's arguing with the taxi man and he runs over.
I literally have the tyre print still on those shoes.
The window's down, these two are bickering, and he runs over her shoe and she's going, you're on my trainers! All I kept doing, I was like this, and I'd look up and I'd just see Rachel going, you're on my trainers, my new train. And I'd look back down and this big fat tyre, this dirty tyre was just plastered straight on top of the
because they're such big shoes, aren't they? So I didn't feel it at first. And I was like, tried to get out of the way. And I was like, my shoes, you're on my trainers. And he was going, no, out of the taxi. I was like, I'm out the taxi. I can't get out of the road.
Oh.
We don't have much luck with taxis, do we?
It was the funniest thing ever. And then I remember saying, did someone run over your shoe?
And I was like, oh, shit, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, it was so funny. But also, can we just bear in mind that he was actually on her trainer for a long time?
I was my foot is under your tyre.
You're trying to hold me up and then you're trying to shout at him and get your shoe out from underneath the tyre.
I think my Uber rating got shot after that, to be honest.
Yeah, it did. And you had a really good Uber rating. But anyway, that's just one example of us getting in trouble. But technically, it weren't our fault.
Great time.
So funny. Best night ever.
Right, I think that's all we've got time for. They were unbelievable questions today, guys. Thank you.
Really good, guys. Thanks for your questions. Make sure you keep sending them in and we will see you very soon. Take care.
Have a nice weekend.